Hi guys, Artie here. And Warner Brothers may be going under new management yet again. Remember that video I made a couple of years ago about how WBD was considering buying Paramount? This time around, Paramount, now under Skydance, wants to outright buy Warner Brothers. Don't you love late-stage monopolies? Just like at the very end of the real board game that ruins friendships, it's obvious who's gonna win. Keep in mind, this is just Paramount's window shopping for a bid and no plans have been set in stone. For now at least. I'm not saying this is gonna happen for sure, but it's something of interest. Even if Paramount puts in a bid, it isn't guaranteed they will win and they could always back out. Also, if this scenario actually does come true, Paramount will be buying all of Warner Bros. Discovery as it is right now and the split will not happen. This acquisition is more likely to happen than the failed merger proposal 2 years ago, since the FCC will not need to approve the transaction this time around, as Warner Bros. Currently does not own any broadcast channels. Paramount does own broadcast channels, specifically CBS and a good chunk of its affiliates, but they will be exempt since they are the buyer this time around. Meanwhile, WBD doesn't own a single CW affiliate since Nexstar and Gray Media or whatever local station owner giant wants control over that channel. The CW hasn't been relevant in years anyway. The only reason why people remember it is for Superman and Lois and those syndicated Family Guy reruns. Maybe Riverdale, but that's being generous. Back on topic, another reason why this acquisition could happen is that Paramount has a stronger and more stable financial backing now that they're owned by Skydance. They seem to know what they are doing for the most part. Not to mention, WBD stocks soared significantly hours after the news came out about this possible bid. Funny how Paramount and WBD were literally just suing each other over South Park streaming rights, but now there's a possibility they will be under the same roof. The landscape changes in a heartbeat, I'll tell you that much. It'll be the day when I see South Park airing on Adult Swim and Rick and Morty on Comedy Central. There's people on Twitter speculating that if this scenario does happen, Adult Swim could very well take over Cartoon Network's entire channel space and go 24 hours. That way the CN shows are relocated to Nickelodeon since the CN brand has been dying in the past few years and is no longer relevant to today's youth because of... you already know why. It's the iPads. I've already talked about it in a multitude of videos. It sounds like this idea could work on paper since Adult Swim is on fire while Cartoon Network fades into irrelevancy, but I highly doubt it'll happen. All sorts of restructuring would have to be done, and of course there would be obstacles such as intercorporate deals. Also, killing off a beloved cable network would upset many people and it would be a media frenzy. But seriously, if Nickelodeon had a CN block, that would be wild, and I would not know how to feel about that. Now, do I think Paramount will end up buying Warner Bros. Discovery? Probably not. Remember, WBD is still under tens of billions of dollars of debt, and the last time when Warner Bros. Was considering merging with Paramount, they backed down. I believe the WBD split scenario is more likely to happen since there's already plans set aside and a time frame for when the split will be finalized. Alright, so when I was about to record my narrations for this video, I was told that now Netflix, the streaming service, is exploring to bid for Warner Bros. Discovery. I don't know how to feel about this. If Netflix were to purchase Warner Bros., I don't know what the implications would be other than a new streaming giant. It's kind of a big deal. Maybe the leadership would be better? The reason why everyone and their mother is now interested in buying Warner Bros. Is due to how much it has decreased in value ever since the WBD merger. Because of the diminished value, the company is in the process of splitting and it is easier to acquire it. If the split does finalize, the two separate companies will increase in value again and then nobody will be interested in buying them out anymore. The last thing we need right now is a mega monopoly that rules over the entertainment industry. I'd rather have them stay separate no matter how rough shape Warner is in right now. I swear this merger nonsense is never ending. It's like every few years, either Warner Bros. Gets bought out by another company, merges, or splits. What would they even call the new company? Warner Mount Discovery? Well, actually it'll just stay as Skydance since it's technically not a merger and more of an actual buyout. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, notify, and check out other videos on the channel. You may like them. Do you think Paramount Skydance will actually go through with this bid, or will Warner Bros. Instead split? Let me know in the comments. I apologize for the lack of uploads lately because of all sorts of reasons. Depression, running out of ideas, working on my web channel, and figuring out how to get my gaming and vlogs channel up and running. I like to make cord cutting and TV landscape updates, but there's only so much to talk about without it getting repetitive, and I want to expand to other avenues.